Well, hello there. Welcome back to Grandma Ray Don't Play, and I'm Rachel. I hope your day is going well. Okay, so today I'd like to show you how to make your own rub for your meat, okay? And you're not going to go out and buy anything special. You're going to use the seasonings right in your kitchen. So we're going to do a honey rub spare ribs in the air fryer oven. Don't worry, if you don't have an air fryer oven, you can do it in your regular oven, okay? Alright, so let me show you how to make a rub. Alright, let's do it. 1 second. Okay, so I just went through my let me show you my rack of spices here. So here's my rack of spices, okay? Oh, let me let you see the top. I'm sorry. Alright, is that better? There we go. So here's my rack of spices, and as well as these I picked out down here, which I'll focus you to that now. Okay, so what I did is I just, no thought or reason for it, I just picked out some seasonings that I thought would complement the spare ribs. This is a half a slab of spare ribs that we're gonna be cooking in the air fryer. And so what you want to do is whatever seasonings you think would work, and if you think it doesn't work, try it. You never know. Okay, we're gonna put it into this bowl and we're gonna make our own rub. Okay, all right, so let's just get started. I have some basil, and you may say, oh, I don't like basil. Okay, you don't have to use basil, and how much doesn't matter either. This is all up to you, okay? Black pepper, now you gotta make enough so that you can do both sides. Just keep that in mind. Granulated onion powder. So I'm just going to take the top off of this so I can pour it to speed up my process, okay? Adobo. Turmeric, oh, I need a smaller spoon. That's turmeric. Did I show you the turmeric? I'm sorry, turmeric and ground garlic. Okay, now if you want something that will give it a little kick, you can add that. Whatever you want, you can add, okay? So let me show you this. So I have everything in here. I have black pepper, adobo, basil, ground garlic, onion, granulated onion, turmeric, and we're going to just mix this all in. Okay, and now we made our own rub. How about that? You know, you can also include things like sugar if you like, or other seasonings that you may like. It's all up to you. Okay, so the purpose is to show you that you can make your own rub. You do not have to buy a rub unless you want to, okay? So there we go. So now, this is our spare ribs. So I want to start on the bottom side, the side where the bone is. And we're just going to put some on. Put it on pretty thick. And let me show you that. And so what you're going to do is just rub it in. See that? You want to get the sides too. All the sides. Just rub it in. Okay, so now we're going to turn it over. We're going to do the other side. So I'm going to put the rub on again. And we're going to do the same thing, rub it in. Okay, now I'm just going to wash my hands and then I'll show you the next step. One thing I want to tell you is, once you've used this after you put your hands in the meat, you can't use this anymore. You have to throw it out. So if you wanted to save it, you could have put it on with a spoon so that you could save the balance, okay? I just wanted to point that out to you. Let me wash my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have some grapeseed oil, which is similar to olive oil. It's right up there quality wise. And what I want to do is I want to put a few drops here and there. And then I want to rub that oil in. And that's going to do two things. It's going to smooth out the powdered part of the seasoning so it doesn't come out looking like a light color, okay? So now I'm going to do the other side, but first I want to put it on my rack. So I already oiled my rack with olive oil. So here we go. I'm turning the side that I just put the oil on, I'm turning it down. So now this is the bone side that I have up that I'm going to put some oil on, and then we're going to put it in. Same process, rub that oil in. Okay, so now I'm going to put it in the air fryer. Okay, it's in. Let me just wipe my hands. Okay. Okay, let's set the time. The temperature, we're going to have it at 360. If you're cooking this in your regular oven, you're going to have your temperature probably at 350. And let's cook this for 20 minutes, and then I'll take it and turn it over and we'll cook it for another 20 minutes, okay? So we got the time set for 20 minutes and the temperature at 360 in the air fryer oven, and we'll be back, okay? Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, we have a minute left on our 20 minutes that we have set. Okay, so I'm going to open it and we're going to turn it over and we're going to let it cook on the other side. But I'll show you how it looks once I stop the machine, okay? Alright, let's give this another second or two. So I hope you have the courage to now make your own rub. You can do it. You have a lot of seasonings in your house and you can put it to good use. Some of them you haven't used in a while and you need to use them before they run out of date, right? So this would be a good way to utilize those seasonings and create you a new flavor. Why not? Okay? Okay. So I'm going to open it now. The word off is here and we're going to take a look. Let me get a plate to put under that so I'll show you so it's not dripping. So I want you to see the progress so you can see how it's looking pretty good. It's not done, but definitely how the oil, the grapeseed oil helps with the look, right? Doesn't that look good? Okay, so we're going to turn it over. Let me let you see this side. Okay? Okay. So now I'm going to put it back in. Okay. So now we're going to cook it for another 20 minutes. Same temperature. 360, and we're going to go up to 20 minutes. And start. And we'll be back. Thank you. I'll be back in a minute to give you the word of the day. Okay, you hear our air fryer letting us know that our last 20 minutes have stopped, which it has cooked now a total of 40 minutes. The spare ribs with the rub that we made up on it. Okay, let me give you the word of the day before I continue. So why don't we just use that word right there before I continue? Okay, let's answer the question. Before you continue, you need to do what? Maybe you need to think about what you're going to do. Maybe you need to make a plan on what you're going to do. Before you continue, maybe you need to sit down and come up with a budget for what you want to do. Before you continue, maybe you need to decide if you should do something or not. That's the word of the day. Before you continue, stop and think about it. Make a plan, come up with a budget, and then you implement. Okay? Alright. So we're going to check out our spare ribs, right? So technically, spare ribs are done when it reaches 145 temperature. 145 degree temperature, okay? but they're going to be tough because spare ribs are tough. Basically, let's just face it, they're tough. So we don't want our spare ribs tough. We want them nice and tender and still juicy. So I'm going to let them cook up to about the temperature of 190, okay, so that we can make sure that when we bite into them, all that fat and stuff have broken down and we can enjoy this nice, tender, juicy, rubbed spare ribs. Okay, so I'm going to take a temperature now and see what it is, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, alright, let's do that. I'm going to adjust the camera down. So I have my thermometer. And I think I need to pull it out. So I'm going to pull it out. And let me just let you take a look at that. Okay? Alright. So I'm going to put the thermometer right between the bone so that I can get to the meat. We're going past 187. Yes. We are good, guys. Okay, it's slowed down at 195. Okay? So our ribs are done at 195. Okay? That's a good thing. So now we know it's going to be nice and tender. So you say, oh, well, the air fryer should have taken a shorter time. No, not really. Because you remember, it depends on what you're cooking and what's the end result. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to put this on a plate and I'm going to cut it and let you see. Right, I'm going to cut it right in the middle and let you see. Okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, so I've cut it in half so that you can see the inside. Okay, it's all done, and now we're going to put our barbecue sauce on. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. So when you have a spare rib, a slab of spare ribs that is the larger size, you want to cook it longer. In this case, we cooked it till it got close to 190, okay? Because the longer you can let that cook, the more that fat is going to break down and it'll be tender. Okay, so let's put our sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce on it, okay? So I want to do the back side first, so I'm going to flip it over. And you don't want to rub too much because you don't want to take your rub off, because that's going to be a nice crunchy flavor for you when you bite into it. So you see, I'm just kind of just letting it come out and moving it around so that it gets onto the spare ribs, right? So let me show you that. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my brush and I'm just going to pat. Not rubbing, pat, because I don't want to take my rub off. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it over so that I can do the other side. Same process. Oh, I bet this is going to be so good. Oh my goodness. Same thing, just pat, 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 pat. Just pat it. Don't rub it. Just pat it. Okay, we're good. Now I'm going to put it back in only for 5 minutes, just for the barbecue sauce to stick to it. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to set it for 5 minutes. Still on the same temperature, 360, and for 5 minutes. And we'll be back in 5. Thank you. Okay, guys. So our spare rib rubs, our rubbed homemade spare rib rub, spare ribs, I can't talk, is out. So now I just want to add the honey. Look at that. You don't have to worry about melting the honey because the ribs are hot, and so it's automatically going to adhere to the heat. Okay, look at that, guys, huh? Wow, let me get a thumbnail. Look at that, huh? I'm so happy I was able to show you how to make a rub. This is a great thumbnail, isn't it? Okay, so now you know what to do with all of those spices and seasonings that you have and that, you know, you may or may not use. Now you can put that to good use. Actually, I have a better idea. If you don't want to put it to good use, you can mix it up and give it away to your mother, your daughter, your friend. It's something that maybe they could use. Okay? Alright. Check out the links below. Subscribe. Share the video. Because everybody needs to know how to make a rub. And everybody needs to know how to utilize what they have in their kitchen. Okay? Alright. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.